Hi, it's Mitz from My Life Mitz. Thank you so much for being here. Today I want to work in my travel journal. This is the regular sized traveler's notebook, and it is in the camel color from Traveler's Company in the Hoshino Resorts version. So yes, my previous video, journal with me video, in this specific notebook I discussed maybe journaling about your neighborhood. You don't have to actually take a trip somewhere to journal about your day, and maybe sometimes people think they don't have anything to write about. You can definitely write about your neighborhood and the area that you live in, and I'm sure looking back on it many years down the road, you'll find some fun things to read. So I decided to take some photos of the recent walk that I did. Oh, and now that I look at this, I should have inserted some photos of sakura. But anyways, some of these photos are not relevant, but just some photos that I found in the neighborhood area. And I wanted to, I guess, share with you my stories. I don't know, I don't really have any stories, but I guess for some people that are new here, I'm living in Tokyo, Japan. I'm originally from Canada, and I guess I've been here for several years now, so I don't find anything that's like super out of the ordinary. I'm pretty I'm pretty relaxed now living in Japan, in Tokyo. But anyways, I thought I would just share with you how I would journal or document my neighborhood in this travel journal that I have. So this insert I've mentioned before is from Skylar Hand. She's created this beautiful notebook already collaged, and these are printed collage elements, and so all you have to do is have a pen and just go for it. And in my case, I'm going to add some photos here and some washi tape here and there, but to be honest, I really don't add too much because it's already really nicely decorated. The paper is really nice and thick, so the ink does not bleed through at all, and it's a really nice writing experience. Since my completion of this journal spread, I haven't added anything, but if you're interested in watching this video, I will leave it linked up in the cards somewhere. Also, somebody mentioned, or several people mentioned about me and how I used to have these like snack with me videos. I don't know, I feel like it's not rude. Well, I guess I feel like it's kind of rude to kind of munch on something while I'm journaling, because I'm sure people don't want to hear me chew. But maybe I'll fast forward the spots where I'm having my snack. But this is a strawberry ichigo sando, strawberry custard and whipping cream. And I'm looking at you, Robin from Talks from the Heart. She actually made a video of her actually making this sandwich long time ago. I think that was last year. Anyways, I will leave that video link down below if I can find it. She actually made a video about making this sandwich. It's very delicious, and I don't know for how long these sandwiches are available in the convenience store. And they're in the convenience store, they're always bringing new products, and I absolutely love that, especially like seasonal products. So I decided to grab this. It's a little bit on the pricier side in terms of sandwiches, but yeah, I decided to treat myself and go for it. I usually, when I purchase one, I usually half it with my husband, but he's at work today, so I guess I will get to eat this for myself. And I have my coffee there, and so yes, it's going to be a very chatty video. I will speed up the spots where I can, but I'm really loving this journal and how it's plumping up. Okay, so let's get started with journaling about my neighborhood and where I live in Tokyo. Also, I brought out a bunch of some things here and there, so I'll discuss them when I use them, but some of Maria's Oh Lovely Cues stickers, and Job's Journals stickers, and a paper pack that I got from London Gifties, and I found this super precious like ephemera bits, and it's hard to talk about it because she's passed away. And I was looking through it, and I actually found I like reread her letter, and it was very touching. But anyways, I just brought it out, and it makes me happy. So I just have this right there. And so let's start with journaling here. I guess I don't really need to push this down too much. So let's open this up first because I'm dying to dig in and it's waiting for me. So it's really neat. They have them packaged, these sandwiches, and some of them are like savory sandwiches and some of them are sweet like this with fruit and whipping cream. But yeah, you just kind of pull the tab. Sometimes it gets stuck on the label here, and I don't think I'll be able to. There we go. So it looks like that, and it's very, very yummy. On a side note, does anybody collect these like mugs from Starbucks, these city ones? I used to collect them back when I was living in Canada, but then since I moved to Japan, the space is extremely limited, so I've stopped collecting them. But yeah, it's nice to have like a collection of things from different cities. So let's get started. It's probably like 10 minutes in and I haven't even like started. I will timestamp it down below. I think I should mention that in the comments first, that I will timestamp the video, so if you want to speed up to a certain place. So let's start. This is maybe because I don't necessarily have to include this picture in here. It's just a picture of a taiyaki. There's usually like red bean and custard or like different flavors and things inside, and the outside is like a sweet pastry. Not really, well, it's kind of like a pancake mix. So I want to talk about the sidewalks. I took several different shots of the sidewalk because there really isn't a sidewalk where I live, and I'm in a very residential area, and the cars are extremely close, and a lot of times they pass over the pedestrian line. And you can see my kids, or maybe that's my husband and one of my kids, they're just walking, so it's really barely any space. I get very anxious, and maybe it's just me because I'm from a place where we actually have sidewalks on the road for the kids to, you know, like a designated area for the people to walk safely where the cars don't go over the line. So I'm still to this day very anxious when I have to take my kids out, because a lot of the times the cars will just kind of go over the line. And so it's very narrow. The streets are very, very narrow where I live. And yes, like I said, it's a residential area. But yeah, I thought I would document that. And so I don't think I need like 2 spots for that. So maybe I'll just tip that in. Oh, I wanted to write a heading there, and I was going to bring out my stamps, but I'm sitting nice and comfortable. I'm just going to leave a space there, or maybe I'll put some washi tape to kind of designate. These beautiful ones are from Job's journal. Let's use this one here, and so I'll leave a little heading at the top, or actually I want to kind of layer the washi tape, so let's do this. I'm really curious to know where you are watching your video. Like, where are you from? Are you originally from there? Have you moved to a different part of the world? Do you have sidewalks where you are? I know I was very lucky to live in a part of Canada where like there's actually like a sidewalk and then a patch of grass and then the actual road. So the cars would never go on to the sidewalk unless they jumped the curb. So let's tip this in, and then I'll just stick this on the back. Actually, maybe I'll do like a double tip in, and then I can journal about this very narrow sidewalks here. I don't know why, but I kind of want to journal on top of this. It's light enough so that I can journal on top of it, and it adds more layering. This is just a scrap piece of paper from the Hobonichi Weeks that I don't use. It's at the back of the book. So I'm just going to stick that in there on the back. So now I'm going to just journal quickly about these really narrow sidewalks, just so that you know what it looks like when I do journal on top of this paper. This is, like I said, from the Hobonichi Weeks. Alternatively, you can use something more simple, like these are sticky notes with lines on them. You can use just regular paper that you have lying around. Like maybe you have a collection of might have a collection of like old lined paper that you can, oh, that looks pretty already as it is. You can layer something like that and journal. But yeah, I'm gonna just use all the papers that I have. I like to tear these ones off because I don't want them to go to waste, so I use them and then I stamp them. In this case, I'm just going to use it and write on top of it. So you can see there, you can definitely notice the writing, and it's nice and dark. This is the Pentel Puraman, or yeah, Puraman, and it is in the olive colors in one of the older stationery selection boxes. But the writing is definitely dark enough that I can read it, and yeah, it adds another part of like I guess another layer and another use for these Hobonichi papers that I'm not using anymore. Alright, so next, I really wanted to make sure I took a photo of this. These flags are, there's a lot of them around the neighborhood. It says Tokyo 2020, and they're for the Olympics that were supposed to happen last year. But they still have them up, and I know for sure they'll probably take them down once the Olympics are over, so I wanted to make sure that I took a picture of that. I found a manhole, and it has this like really pretty like sakura image on there, and I thought that was really nice. Not all of them have them, but once in a while you'll find really interesting manholes. And there's a whole bunch of wires I found, and then this one was really pretty. It was like an older home, and the tree had like really interesting, it probably has to do with the type of tree, but the way that it was growing was really, really interesting. So I took a picture of that. And so yeah, these are just pictures of when we were just going out for a walk. And it's interesting that we've discovered so many things just by going out for walks around the neighborhood. And in a way, I am so appreciative that we were able to take time like to slow down and actually go for walks, and because I don't think that would have happened if life were still like, if we didn't have the lockdown, we would probably just be go go go, and we wouldn't we wouldn't be going out for walks and things. So in a way, I'm thankful that we had this chance to kind of take it easy and enjoy what's around us. It's a little too big, but just going to cut the tip there where the photo ends so that I could still flip it up. So yeah, I just kind of cut it there, just a slit there, so that I can flip up the photo. If that were taped down, then I wouldn't be able to flip it up totally. So now I can journal about that. I had this idea while I was munching on my strawberry sandwich. Oh, before I forget though, I want to put a sticker over here. Oh yes, I have to also document the date. So let's just write here March 2021. I hope I'm still in frame. And let's put a pretty sticker from Maria. Yes, I had this. It's weird when the ideas come to me. They usually come to me when I'm in the shower or vacuuming or something. But yeah, I was munching on my strawberry sandwich there, and then I thought, oh, why not layer? So let's take off this paper pack. I don't know if she offers these anymore, but like she is so pretty. Like it already has like these tickets in there, and so I'm just going to grab. Oh, I could use that for my journal. I really miss junk journaling. I really want to get back into it. England is a garden. Yes. Oh, this is pretty. Okay, so I was thinking of like layering a photo, if that makes any sense. So let's try that while I have you here. Just, I guess you can say, I wanted to layer some papers. Let me cut the white border off. I wanted to layer the papers around the photo. And sorry, I always mention this, but I always get the same question for the new viewers. I'm just printing on regular copy paper at home, so it's nothing special. So yeah, let's layer some and do a bit of kind of framing the actual photo with some layered pages. And let's grab, oh, this is Korean, and there's some Japanese there. Do you think we should add one more layer? Let's find one more piece of paper. So I'm going to add one more layer here and just kind of, yeah, let's do something like that and just kind of layer it. If I had, in my dream world, I would have like the sewing machine right here. I would have like a studio or like just a workspace. It doesn't have to be a full room, just a space where I can have my sewing machine ready to go, not packed in a closet, and just my materials kind of spread out so they're easy access. I would totally sew this up if in my dream world one of these days. So yeah, let's layer that. Do you have like a dream, like your dream studio or your dream space? I really wish one of these days I had like I said, I want to have my space with all the supplies laid out so I can just take and grab and use what I need. So I'm just going to roughly glue that down. Just really roughly glue it down. Because I think I'm going to staple it, and yeah, I'm going to staple it later just to secure it. So I'm just going to roughly glue it down here. And the stapler is going to grab, I think the staples are white. I think they're printed on for some reason, but that's okay. Just kind of adds something neat, I think. And if I do it here, maybe it'll be more noticeable. Let's do 2 staples, 1 on each, and there. I think it would be a lot more, like it would pop out more on like a blank space like that. But I think it would also be fun if you tip it in, eh? Just like that. Maybe I'll tip in, I'll add washi to this edge here so that you can tip it in. So it acts like, it kind of blends in, but at the same time you can journal on the back there. So there's that, and then I kind of want to leave this space to journal. So maybe I will, like I did here with the double tipping in, it takes up less space. Instead of tipping 2 spots, I will just use this one space and I'll tip in both photos. You can also just stick the photo on the back end as well, so that it looks like that. So yeah, leave me a comment down below where you are watching from or where you're located, and an interesting fact about where you live or where you're from. I love reading those kind of comments about like, oh, I'm watching from so-and-so place, and it's different here, or it's common that this happens here, or I guess it kind of folds up, eh? Well, that's okay. Let's do that. It's still really pretty, I think. Oh, if I added like a sticker, I wonder if there's like a smaller, oh, this would be perfect. Oh, that's nice. All right, so let's do that. And then let's tip these in here. So I apologize, I don't even know where it last left off, but yeah, I'm just kind of catching up here and adding the 2 photos, and these are just printed on the regular copy paper at home. I think I mentioned also, instead of tipping in the 2 photos side by side, I can always do that to save some space. I want to keep this part blank because I know I do want to write about these photos and the neighborhood and the walk that we took. Don't forget to date your journal entries. It doesn't have to be the specific date, but maybe even just the month and the year. I think it would be really nice to see. I might add a photo of like the sakura trees that are blooming, and add that in there at a later date. I just stuck this down because I feel like it's going to pop up a lot. Maybe if I add a sticker there, but anyways, I think I might just finish off with a border, a washi tape border. Let's use Job's journals. I really like his washi tapes. They're so creative. So let's use that one here as an edge. I feel like this looks kind of like mountains of scrap paper, and it's so pretty because it looks like mountains. So like I said, I was looking through my stuff and I found the ephemera from the sweet friend, and I know there's already like a collage going on over here, but I think it's just for, just to bring me back some memories. I think I want to stick this in here and just kind of remind me, this reminds me of her very much, and this piece as well. This is a beautiful piece. Yeah, so I think even though there's already some collage going on in the back, I want to add this on top as well, just so that it's like it just reminds me when I look through the book, it reminds me of her. And so I kind of want to stick it off the page just a tad. And then I can journal about, oh, this is going to bother me. Yeah, I can, there's enough space here in the back that I can just quickly write about the area. So there we go, that's it. This is the final spread in the travel journal. I know we're not able to travel much lately at all, and I think that shouldn't stop you from journaling about maybe your neighborhood or the local city or somewhere close by. It doesn't have to be actually like going somewhere, but just kind of walking around and having I'll look at some fun things. I think maybe later on in the future, once I look back at these pages, perhaps there will be actual paved sidewalks for the pedestrians, or maybe the manholes will have changed. I think it's just fun to kind of keep a journal or keep track of your immediate surroundings. So I will leave a link down below to the items that I've used, but please do let me know, or leave me a message if there's something that I missed in the description box. Okay, thank you so much for being here today and for stopping by. I really appreciate you for watching. Thank you so much. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.